What's up, guys? We are still here in Danang, Vietnam, and our vacation hasn't really gone to plan. We are to be hit by a large tropical storm or a typhoon here later today. And yesterday we actually had a plan of going to explore the Hoi An area, but my son fell into like a metal post yesterday, so we spent 3 hours in a Vietnamese hospital. Anyways, this video we are gonna be checking out the Danang city center, and I will also give you my 2 cents on the differences between Vietnam and Thailand. So stay tuned. Guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Oliver, and on this channel I try to document me and my family's life living as digital nomads abroad. And right now we're living in Bangkok, Thailand, but this week is the autumn break from my son Victor's school, so we decided to go to somewhere sunny, and we decided on going to Da Nang in Vietnam, where we have spent the last 3 or 4 days just chilling at the hotel, the pool. They have a big indoor water park and a rooftop onsen, but a typhoon is coming. But yesterday we had a plan on going to Hoi An to check out that area, but unfortunately my son had an accident at our breakfast, so we had to go to the hospital instead, where we spent around 3 hours on a Vietnamese public hospital, which wasn't the best experience, but yeah, anyway, he is in good mood, good condition. So today we are going into Da Nang to try and check that out before the storm hits the area. So yeah, tag along. We made our way down to the centrum of Da Nang. We are in the biggest shopping mall in Da Nang called Vincom, I think. I'm thinking about, don't think it's fair to the city, to Da Nang, to show the city off when there's a typhoon hanging over it. Everything is windy and it's raining. So I think I'll be using the videos just to make a few comparisons to Vietnam and Thailand. And the first one is obviously, and what surprised me a lot is the price difference. Here is everything is extremely cheap. I know, that could sound a bit arrogant to say, but if you compare it to Bangkok, which is not that cheap anymore, here you get everything for something that is close to half of the price than that you would pay in Bangkok. Definitely price levels in Vietnam is way lower. Crazy, 2025 has been a wild year with the natural disasters. We started back in Spain, start of year, where we had some of the worst flooding Spain have seen in many years. And I went to Bangkok end of March, where I was on the top floor in a high building doing an earthquake, the big one that you've probably seen in the news. Then I went to visit a friend in the Philippines, and we were hit in 5 days with 2 massive typhoons. And and we've been staying in Bangkok for the last couple of months. No disasters there, but a lot of rain, and now we went out here to Vietnam to try to escape the rain and get a bit of sun, and now we are hit by a typhoon here as well. And actually I saw the typhoon before going here, but at that time it was headed towards China. But for some reason I'm a typhoon magnet, so the typhoon changed direction, and now it's heading straight for Da Nang. So we're indoor right now. We took a grab from our hotel downtown to the city, and already now it's pretty windy outside. So we're probably gonna be spending most of the day in the shopping mall here. touched on before, yesterday we actually had a plan to go and see Hoi An for the whole day, but Victor tripped and hit his head into like a middle post during breakfast, so we had to go to the hospital. which we also were last time we were on holiday on Koh Samui because he cut his foot, and at that time he needed I think 3 stitches in his foot, and yesterday he had 2 stitches in his forehead. And that leads me also to another comparison to Thailand, is the hospital, because the experience we had yesterday at the public hospital here in Danang, you know, the staff was nice and stuff, but you were put into like a big room with people coughing and people were laying all over the place, and we spent around 2 or 3 hours there, and we're actually pretty well insured, and there's a private hospital here as well, so it wasn't optimal. So I have to compare it with Thailand. The hospital system in Thailand is super great. We went on Koh Samui to the Bangkok hospital, which was levels above the experience we had yesterday. So yeah, if you come here as a digital nomad and you're thinking about, you know, should I stay in Thailand or should I stay in Vietnam? Of course, this is only Da Nang, and I think there's some super good hospitals in Ho Chi Minh City as well. But for Da Nang, I think that Thailand clearly wins on the hospitals and the emergency rooms. All right, so the wind has picked up a bit here. We've been in the shopping mall for several hours, been on the arcade, and just running around, get a little thing to eat. Another thing, if I have to compare, you know, this place with Bangkok or Da Nang with Bangkok, probably not the correct or fair comparison. But the shopping malls, I think this was the biggest shopping mall in Da Nang. That was okay. There's a lot to do for kids. So if you like us coming to Da Nang in the middle of a typhoon, then your shopping mall is probably your best friends, and there's a lot to do in there with kids, with playgrounds and arcades and stuff. Another thing I could mention, compare, is the traffic. And here Vietnam wins 100%. Way less traffic here than there is in Bangkok, and it's easier to getting around both on a 2-wheel and in a car. And the Grab system, like in Thailand, works perfectly. Right now we're waiting for a Grab back to our hotel. I think we need to go get back there before the storm really picks up. Okay, so it's a few days later, and we are here in the airport transfer on our way back to the airport and back home to Bangkok. And to be honest, we're actually looking forward to that. After a week here in Vietnam, Da Nang, I would say that we are not really in a position to give a proper review of the place, because it's been raining since we arrived, and it's still raining right now. It's been windy. There's been a typhoon, so most of the week we've been at our hotel. And yeah, it was good that we booked a nice resort type place, because then we could have some good time inside the resort. We spent a whole day in the indoor water park, and we actually spent another day, some hours in the water park again, and then we spent some time at the rooftop on the onsen, and we managed to get into the city center of Da Nang on one occasion, where we spent most of the day in a shopping mall, because it was super windy and raining outside. So yeah, there's some differences between Vietnam and Thailand, and I would say that I think Vietnam is what Thailand was 10-15 years back. Everything is super cheap here. I would say the service level is on the level as with Thailand, even though it's less formal here. You don't have all this bowing and stuff going on, but there's still a super high service and nice people. So I think we have to come back here to Vietnam at another point where the weather hopefully is better. What we spent for a week here at the Mikasuki 5-star resort hotel in Da Nang. We spent a total of 30 million Vietnamese dong for a week, which I don't know if it's a lot or if it's not, but it was all we spent, because we, as I said, was at the hotel most of the week. So I think that's fairly priced, and yeah, right now we're looking forward to get back home to Bangkok. If you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button, and if you want to see more of my content here on this channel, then please consider subscribing as well. Otherwise, we will see each other on the next one. Bye bye.